Retevis two-way radio, RT21V. Her and I are doing a review. Okay, these are the radios. She has hers. Can you hear me? Obviously,
yes.
Obviously at 2 feet away we can hear each other. So here's the unique thing, okay? They sent these like foot-long, I mean, you can whip somebody with these bad boys. That's antennas. Right. So she's taking one because she's going to pick stones. I'm taking one. I'm going to drill beans. Okay, now, you know, I tell anybody that wants me to do a review, I'm going to be perfectly honest. So these two things showed up yesterday, a day after the radios, in their own boxes. Each one in their own box. A box big enough you could have put 50 to 100 of these in each box.
All right, easy, because you know there's an explanation for it.
I'm not paying for the shipping, so whatever. But so we're gonna see how well these work. So what I thought is, because I gotta grease that drill. So before I take off, if you want to take off with the short radio on, you might as well go up back first.
Yeah.
And we'll see if we can still hear each other.
Okay.
And then I'll have you drive all the way to the back of the 13 acres by the woods. And if we can't hear each other with the short ones, we'll put the long ones on and we'll try those. So this is a Retevis two-way radio review. They sent them to us. This is one of the few that I actually, you know, are willing to do because we can use these on the farm. So stay tuned. Alright, so she's getting ready to take off with that. So I'm just standing here by the propane tanks, by the wet bin, with my radio, because she's going to go up the back path, through, you know, down past those trees, out where the test plot was last year. So she's picking stones on top of the corn stubble, and then we go through and disc to put beans in, and then she's going way back, but you can't even see it from here. Michael Brash, you like to look on maps, so way back to where the big hill is. And they say in the book that, you know, these won't work as good when you've got hills and trees and all that, which the Midlands that we have, that we use in the combine and the cart, way back, when she has to come out of there and go a half a mile to get to the road to be able to dump on trucks, we lose each other with that. So I'm hoping with the big antennas that makes a world of difference, which we should find out here shortly when she gets back there to that other field. If we lose each other with the short antennas, then we're going to try the long ones and see if that makes a difference. So bear with me. There's no sense in turning this off and turning it back on. And just out of curiosity, can you still hear me? Because I'm on the other side of the shop, so the building's in the way.
Yes, I can still hear you.
That's a good sign, because I got all this in my way right now. That's why I came out here, because I figured I'm kind of in this cubby hole of the grain facility, the shop. I'm making it more difficult because I think that makes it a truer test than, you know, us both standing out in the wide open. So they're simple. One dial to turn it on, one dial for channels. I think there's like 12 or 13 channels on it. I charged the battery pack up yesterday. I did put the belt clips on today. The only bitch I'd have about that is those little tiny screws, but they sent extra ones because they know, you know, people with bad eyes and fat fingers like me are gonna drop them and never find them. So I was impressed with that. They sent extra screws, and the belt clip seems to be, you know, pretty good. Oh, there she goes. Down past behind all the trees now. So now it should start getting more difficult. we'll see when she gets, I told her when she gets to the first field out back there to talk to me. This is all that's going to be in this video, is the review of these Retevis walkie-talkies. And there goes my...
Just coming into the first field.
I could hear you loud and clear.
Same.
Alright, that's good. That's impressive. Sorry. The wind's blowing. It just blew the long antenna off the tank. I had to go rescue it before it fell down between them. So that's impressive. All those trees are blocking. So now she's going to the hill. And I will do another one of these in the fall, because we will use these in the tractor and the combine. And especially in that situation where we have those two fields way down back by that swamp, and you literally have to go, you've heard me say it in the videos, at least half, 3/4 of a mile down over the hill, through the trees, to get out to the road where the trucks are parked. And that's where her and I lose each other. So on the radios that we currently have. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I just entered the other field and I can still hear you. I can tell you, I already like these radios better than the other ones because you are very clear on this one. I don't have to say what.
The push to talk button is a little bigger than what's on our other ones too, so I think that makes it easier. Tell me when you get to the very far end by the woods. And if I don't respond because we can't hear each other, text me to tell me you're there and we'll change the antennas.
Well, I think we're going to have to anyways because you're starting to get fuzzy.
Okay. Which makes sense because she's quite a ways away. She wasn't fuzzy though. And trees, hills. But that was impressive. You weren't fuzzy.
You weren't fuzzy that time either, but you were a few seconds ago, although I'm almost on top of the hill.
Alright, we'll get down over the hill, so the hill's kind of, blocking between us, and let's see what happens. So far, so good. I know, it's, there's nothing here but doing this, but hey, I'm impressed. And if they're worth it, then somebody else might be wanting to get these. Can you still hear me?
I can. I to avoid big ruts.
Oh, just trying to avoid big ruts, yes. Yeah, that's the joy of this year. All the ruts we made from last fall being so wet.
As far away as I can get.
So you are down over that hill then?
I'm down over the hill. I don't know if you just cut out or that's all you said.
That's all I said. Well, you know what? We're not going to put the long antennas on yet then. We're going to wait and try it in a different situation, and we'll add on to this video.
Well, you're fuzzy, that's for sure.
Alright, then let's take a second to put them on and see what happens. Alright. Stay tuned. Alright, moment of truth. Have the long antenna on. Alright, I have mine on. Am I coming in clear?
Yes, you are coming in clear.
You were coming in pretty clear even with the short one, but that was quite clear with the long one.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely, when I'm hauling whatever crop far away in the fall, we'll be able to hear each other and not have to text.
Yeah, I think from down beyond the swamp where you got to come out half, 3/4 of a mile to get to the road there by Scone's old house, we'll still be able to hear each other.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna turn mine off now. All right, well, there you go, folks. When we put the long ones on, through all those trees, through the hill out back, that's pretty damn impressive. So, I mean, kind of a gaudy looking thing. You could whip somebody with it, an antenna, but I may just leave the long antenna out. So, Retevis, R-E-T-E-V-I-S. I will show you the, then I gotta grease this thing and actually get to work. So, but this, like I said, this is the only thing on this video. I don't know. I think there's gonna be a link we'll put on this video for these. You know, I've never done this kind of stuff, so I don't know. I don't know. You'll just have to go to it, I guess. But Retevis, R-E-T-E-V-I-S, two-way radio, the RT21V. Comes with a user's manual, 2 chargers, the adapters, so that you can do, you know, the USB port or plug. Came with 6 screws, no, 8 screws. They sent 2 extra for each one for, you know, when you lose one of them little suckers. Somewhere's down there on the floor there's a tiny screw. Right there's the box that came in. Sorry, my shop's a mess right now, but hey, it's spring. The Retevis two-way radio, model RT21V. Output power 2W, frequency Murs, voltage 3.7. I mean, I like them. Barb likes them. You heard her talking, so we'll go from there. We'll see you in the next one, which will be back to farming. All right, so just a real quick, on a scale of 1 to 10, Barb and I will both give them a 10. And when we try them this fall in the tractor and cart and then in the combine, in situations like I explained, where she has to travel so far to get to the road, if they work then, and even better than the Midlands that we have now, I'll give them a 12 out of 10. And that says a lot for me. So, but all right, check them out.